Ait Ben Haddou is a fortified city, or Ksar, along the former caravan route between the Sahara and Marrakesh in present-day Morocco. It's situated in Sous Massadra, on a hill along the Ouarzazate River, and has some beautiful examples of Kasbahs, which unfortunately get damaged during each rainstorm. The village sits on a hill on the bank of a small river flowing down from the Atlas Mountains. It was reputedly founded in 757 and was started as the home for one family, and the settlement has grown out of this. The tomb of its founder, Ben Haddou, is at the base of the hill behind the town. The front parts of the village are well restored, as this has been the setting of many films, from Lawrence of Arabia through to The Gladiator. It's also been a testing ground for UNESCO and ICOMOS in preservation techniques. Therefore, the first part of the town looks very impressive, almost new. The higher up the hill you climb, however, the less restoration you see, and this gives a good feel for what the site would be like without all the investment. It's quite a nice climb up to the top, but with a fair bit of rough ground. There's definitely no paving here. Many of the houses are still lived in, although most now cater for tourists as sellers of local and not so local Malayan artifacts. On the other side of the river is a more modern part of town, where you'll find restaurants and shops, still mostly of mud brick architecture. You have to cross the river by stepping stones, which is good fun. Ait Ben Haddou is great to see both from a distance as well as from a lookout point. The view is spectacular, especially at sunrise and dawn. Established in the 11th century, it once commanded the surrounding area and served as a major stop for camel caravans carrying salt south across the Sahara and returning with ivory and gold. The earthen architecture of Ait Ben Haddou displays some of the earliest surviving examples of unusual geometric arrangements of mud bricks at oblique angles and in zigzag patterns. However, this kind of construction is vulnerable to the elements, so regular restoration is required to maintain it. The village was starting to look a little run down in 1977, so its lower facades were restored for the filming of Jesus of Nazareth. With more filmmakers wanting to use the village as a location, the Moroccan government quickly realized the importance of protecting this treasure. In 1986, it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Technically, Ait Ben Haddou is a Ksar, a collective grouping of Kasbahs, family homes, other buildings and communal areas with defensive walls. The walls are reinforced by corner towers, each with elaborate mud brick decoration and zigzag-shaped gates. Interior buildings include a mosque, small castles, modest houses, stables, loft and silos. Among the communal areas are shared sheep pens and a marketplace. All are connected by a maze of winding, narrow streets. The village contains examples of all the main types of Ksar construction techniques found in southern Morocco. Ramming mass worked into panel brick and bull header, moulded earth and mud brick. The Atlas Mountains are the most northern of Africa's mountains, extending in a broken chain for over 1,000 miles across Morocco, Algeria and Tunisia. The High Atlas, home of the highest peaks in North Africa, is the western part of the range. The Atlas Mountains separate the northern, moist Mediterranean climate from the arid south. Northward, the mountains drop steeply, while southward they slip gradually into the hot, dry Sahara, which stretches for over 1,000 miles. From the ancient city of Marrakesh, the Atlas skyline stretches across the horizon, creating a backdrop of inspiring beauty. The High Atlas has been inhabited for thousands of years by a pastoral people known to Westerners as the Berbers, but who call themselves Shlu. They live in small villages of flat-roofed, sun-baked mud houses, usually situated atop steep mountain slopes. Speaking Berber, Arabic and French, they are as interesting and welcoming as they are knowledgeable of the mountains. The Atlas mountain summers are hot and harsh, while winter snows are very heavy. The high peaks maintain their snow caps for much of the year, but there are no glaciers.